Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for Hey Rockstar with your host, Rock5tar, el guapo Emiliano, and his trusted sidekick, Miguel. That's right, we're back. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time for value. It's time for wisdom. It's time for your favorite show that happens on Thursdays, Hey Rockstar. Hi, Mom. Take the time now to send out the love, tell your friends about us, share, comment. I'll try to answer you all. There's no other person on the panel today, just me and Miguel here at the new-ish Hey Rockstar studio. I'm excited to be back, folks. So go ahead and tweet your friends, text your friends, Facebook your friends, tweet your friends, let them know Hey Rockstar is now on. All right. Well, this song is slowly coming to an end. I kind of like it. It might be the new theme song for the rest of the show, unless I come up with a new original. All right, let's go ahead and mute that. Or not. Boom, there we go. She kind of likes you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, welcome to Hey Rockstar. This is episode 60, Empty. I am Josafat Emiliano, your host. I have Miguel right here, just chilling. This is kinda the new location. We're giving it a shot. I'm hearing some interesting feedback. I'm not sure if it's the mic. Maybe it's just this bad boys. It just sounds weird. Well, hopefully you guys aren't hearing any of this little weird staticky noise. If you are, please let me know. Okay, hold on, let me try something. Honestly, I don't know what that was. And you guys just heard all that noise. I thought I muted it, but I didn't. Oh well. Amateur hour back here in Nashville, Tennessee. All the way from Nashville, Tennessee. We are just glad to be back. Glad to be here with you all. Those friends of mine who are listening, tuning in. If you do hear another weird sound, please message me or text me. Let me know. Actually, my phone is on silent, so I won't be able to hear you if you do text me. If the audio is weird, it's just on my end. But either way, whenever I do talking, I tend to take this off. Like there. That fixed it. For me. Maybe not for you. But anyway, let's not linger with this. Today I wanted to focus on the topic of empty, and you'll see why. As you now know, I have moved into my new place. I'm starting to fill in the spaces, enjoy just being in a different environment, the new season that I am in. I will share more about what's going on in my life. What I did, though, before having to move out about a month ago from my old place, the goal was to shoot one last live stream from the old place, but with the empty room, because I had pretty much moved everything out except for the little desk where I would do my show from, and the computer. But earlier that day, they had cut off my internet because they had already transferred it to the new location, so I couldn't do a live show. So instead, I decided to then record. So I took out the little camera, little Sony ZV-1, and you know what? I'll record the show and I'll play it back later. And just a lot of things happen during this little thing. And of course, my plan was to play it later that day, but because of just having to move, the weather, just life changing so fast, so drastically, the new job that I'm now involved in, having to do all the last minute details to get to apply for it. Although it's funny, they kind of already offered to me, but I still had to do all the paperwork and such. All that just really had my time, and so I never got to do the show. And I said, you know what? The goal was to play back what I recorded, but I never got a chance. All that to say, I never got the chance. And then I finally moved in, and I just had boxes everywhere, so it took a while before I could get to you. But enough jabber. What I decided today, I am just gonna play back the video footage from that day. Let's see if I can set this up in a cool way. First of all, we want to do it this way, and let's set the screen share here. Boom. There you go. You guys can see that. Oh, my bad. Let's enlarge it. Let's pick the first one. All right. Enjoy the show. What's going on, Rockstar? It's happening. Happen. You are looking at the Hey Rockstar, what used to be the Hey Rockstar studio. Everything's gone to the this is my last day here in this place. I'm about to lock the door and give the key to the landlord. it looks so empty. Even I put up the rugs I had, the extra even the curtains that I had, everything. That's why the voice is bouncing so much, because like that helped absorb the bounce and help like treat the acoustics of this room. And so it's gonna sound a little different. It's gonna sound a little boxy or whatever. But regardless, you'll be able to hear me talk. Um, I wanted to focus on the word empty, because that's kind of what came to mind. Empty, an empty room, an empty setting, a space that is void. Not necessarily a bad thing. If you are hopeful, or if you are a creative thinker, when you see an empty space, when you see an empty room, it's more like you see a chance to start over. You see a chance to fill in the void. Even this new place I'm going to, it's a little bigger. I don't know what the studio's gonna look like so far. I haven't picked out which room yet. If I'm gonna turn the guest room into, because even the living room is pretty good size. Uh-oh, someone's about to show up. I'll have to pause this for a moment. Peace. Okay, I think I figured out what the noise was. It was the mic cord. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Nope. It was not what I was expecting. But regardless, we were talking about filling in the void, filling in the space. Right now, just talking about filling in the void, filling in the gap. It reminded me of a story. Back when I first started playing piano, my dad taught me the basics. He taught me the fundamentals. That's why the song "My Life's a Piano" is dedicated to him. But it's he taught me how to find the keys, how to find notes, but the rest was my application. I had to get better at it. But with time, I sought out mentorship, and there was a gentleman at our church at the time who was head of the head of the worship department, and he was it still is a phenomenal keyboardist. And so he took me under his wings and he started showing me, because I was like, I wanted to be more involved in the music. And the one thing I noticed, and after I had this lesson with him, I started noticing this in a lot of other small town, small church bands, especially in the Latino culture. But technically, let's say the music is going and everyone's playing. Everyone wants to play. Everyone wants to be heard. The guitar, the bass, the drum, the keys, the singers. We're all at the same time. And in the transition between chords, or transition between the verse and chorus, there might be like a small little break. And what my mentor taught me, he goes, listen, I know the temptation is always there to play all the time. But if you learn to simplify when everyone else is playing, just play like the basics, play the basic structure, get things kind of set to where just play the basic. Don't try to play too much when everyone's playing. But in the pauses in between switch to notes, there's always like a break between the lyrics and such. There's little gaps. If you start noticing, there's little gaps in between chord changes, in between verse and chorus, or verse and bridge. There's always like a pause. Everyone does it because it's just the natural move of the song. He said, if you learn to fill in those gaps, if you can perform and do something, it doesn't have to be anything superb or something over the top, just a simple scale or simple walk or a little blues chord kind of situation, that would, first of all, you will stand out. because no one else is playing them in the pauses and the breaks, and it will fill in the song and make the whole song complete, or make the whole music feel fuller. And so I took that advice. When everyone is playing, when I was singing, I was playing basic chords. But whenever the gaps would pop up between chord change or lyrics and chorus, I would just play a little walk up, a little things that I learned with my finger. I even said my pinky had its own mind of its own because it would do a little something. And like Thelonious Monk said, or like Thelonious Monk, the piano ain't got no wrong notes. Even if it was like all off key, it still sounded kind of cool. It just did something. And people started complimenting me and saying, "Man, you are a phenomenal keyboardist. You are the best." And my landlord's showing up, so I have to pause it again. Here we go. Oh, landlord. All right. Let's see if I can do it this way. Nope. Got to get out of it and then go to the next one. Interruption after interruption. It's all right. But yeah, it was in that playing, filling in the gaps. People started acknowledging me as a gifted pianist, and the funny thing is, I'm a simple. I like to, because I also sing when I play, and so as I'm singing, usually I'm playing very simple, basic chords because the focus should be on the voice. And then whenever I'm not singing with a little instrumental, that's when I do a lot more flair with the piano keys and tickling the ivories, if you want to put it, as some would put it. And this lesson, well, this was something that kind of resonated when I heard B.B. King's, or read B.B. King's autobiography, and he was talking about that's the way he was with Lucille, his guitar. He goes, you see, either I was singing or Lucille was singing, because both were my voice. So either he was playing or not even playing as he sang, and someone else was playing rhythm or whatever, and then whenever he stopped singing and he just tried to play Lucille, that was his voice too. He's like, and all that to say, gaps and empty spaces are nothing to be feared, but rather something that you can look forward to. There's a phrase that I've heard called the do-over. Whenever you get a chance to do something over, start afresh, start anew. I mean, it's scary, especially if you don't know where you're going to. Most people, they get comfortable and they don't like being into something totally drastic or drastic change. However, when you learn well and gain confidence in, or not, sorry, when you're given the chance to start all over, it's a chance to remake yourself. If you didn't like what you did, no problem. You can start all over. And the beauty is you don't forget the mistakes you made. In fact, you've learned from them. And when you start over, you can start all over with the lessons learned from the past. You can start all over with in another level of how to do certain things. For example, perfect example, power just went out. Crazy, they just cut the power here. Or maybe the landlord did that. It's all right. This thing is on battery. Crazy thing is whenever you, that just kind of threw me off a curveball. I just lost my train of thought when I was talking about do-over, starting over. Don't be scared to try something new. Sorry, honestly, that just threw me off. Let me pause, see if I can recapture my thoughts. Now I remember what I'm going to share with you guys. Financially has been a journey for me. Whenever I change locations, change careers, change paths, I start with greater numbers, greater earnings, but I take the lessons I learned from like having to budget. Now I'm getting, now that,
it's official. I've accepted a position as a Spanish instructor for a college preparatory school here, and what I'm getting paid is twice, if not three times, as much as TPAC. But I have learned to live a life of content. I've learned to be a giver, to be a budgeter, and I know how to survive with lack. The pandemic taught me how to be frugal, how to be smart, how to straighten things. Now I'm not saying to live with that mindset of it's gonna end me, but I can now get things of quality. I can spend more, I can splurge more, but I'm not gonna be going crazy overboard with needless things. I know what I need, I know what I like, I know what I want, and I can save it for great moments. And I want to invest more now. Now I have more to invest. That's another lesson I learned when I was going through these hard times. So the lessons you learn when you in your past, when you do a do-over, when you find an empty space, is a chance for you to apply everything you've adapted to, you've learned to, and see what you can create now. So every new space, every new adventure, every do over, every empty canvas you find is a chance for you to take everything that you have learned, apply it, and create something new, something you, something beautiful, something that will inspire other people to move forward, to go forth, to become the rock star that they are meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for spending a little bit of time. I'm going to load this hopefully soon. And next time I
A
record,
month
I'll probably be
later.
doing it for the holidays. I'm going to West Texas for the holidays to go spend time with family. And that's probably what I'll do the next live stream. So until then, I know this is really short, just a few minutes, but I had a lot of interruptions. Just wanted to give you a shot of the empty space of the old, the new, and the next person can use this blank canvas to do over. Until next time, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, this is Jose Emiliano. Miguel's already at the new place, so he's not here right now. And until then, much love and many blessings.
Miguel's right here. What a good story. Yeah. So I'm gonna take these off so I can talk with you guys a little bit more of a heart to heart. I like what I said at the end. It was just an inspiration. Once you've overcome the fear of entering something empty, into entering a new vacant atmosphere, and you bring with you, you starting over, and you're bringing with you your knowledge, your or wisdom, your abilities, your skills, your maturity, and then you can say, "Hey, I can build again, but smarter." Someone once said that when you enter your 30s, it's like pretty much being in your 20s, but except you have money now. So the 30s are just like your 20s, except now you have money. But I like what I said is when you get past that and start working, you can create something new. You can create something you. There is a you that the world has yet to experience. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's your mind is just not ready to let yourself out. I like to encourage you. I know it's all about when you're ready, come out. No, I believe that too, but I also believe that a lot of people have been ready for such a long time. It's just they are too preoccupied with what others think. A lot of our reactions, sadly, are determined by our peers or by the opinions of our peers. I guess once you get to 30, you get you know what? I don't really care about what they think about me attitude. I want to seek my happy. I want to seek what brings value to me. I want to shine. I want to tell my story because my story now has depth. It has wealth. It has value. My story is the story of a rock star who has done so much. Here's the funny thing, and I kind of treaded lightly. I didn't really mention more, but the school that I'm at now, I'm actually enjoying myself. Yesterday, I went all day with no coffee, and at the end of the day, I had more energy than I knew what to do with, simply because I was excited at what was happening. I was I was using my giftings to communicate, to educate, to encourage and help my students find the confidence to grow, find the confidence to learn, find the confidence to believe that they can learn this material, they can learn this language, they can do this. And today I just asked a few questions that, they come to my mind. As a speaker, I'm always engaged with my audience. So I kind of treat it all like public speaking sometimes. But I was asking them just light questions because it's only been a few weeks I've been with them. Like, hey, I got to ask you something. Today, do you have more confidence in this language than you did last week? And everyone raised their hands and said, yes, I feel more confident. And then I said, out of curiosity, has anyone been out and around town with family or friends, maybe went to the store, and you saw something in this language and you were able to understand it and you were able to tell your friends or your family, hey, I know what that means, and translate for them? And everyone's eyes got open like, yes, that's actually happened to me. And like, because you have allowed yourself permission to fail, to experience, to try it out, because I gave them an environment of a clean, open atmosphere environment where they can practice, where they can try, where they can keep repeating themselves till it becomes second nature, so that it becomes muscle memory, because it's in them. I keep telling them, you got to give yourself more credit than you have in the past. You know more than what you thought you knew. It's just you needed the courage and confidence to pull it out of you. And that was, of course, that's part of my giftings, to help people work through their lives to pull out the greatness in them, to pull out the rock star in them. Okay, so it's just been fun. It's been fun to me, and seeing them grow, seeing them excited, seeing them happy to be using what they're learning gives me energy and gets me all pumped up, like, wow, this is an amazing thing for me, for them, for me. I'm happy. I'm happy for now for these choices, and what's to come next. And I know it's only been 1 week. Most people like give it a year. Let's see if you feel the same. We'll see. All I know is that every day I'm gonna go the same way. My goal is to help my students find the courage to practice this language. And so far, and I'm not right now at a point where I'm pulling people out. I'm wanting them all to speak together so that they get comfortable in speaking. And I guess I need to explain that to them, because some people are more advanced and they're ready to try it on their own, and that's okay. I don't want to rob them of that opportunity. I just want everyone to understand that right now I'm just trying to get everyone used to speaking it, to hearing it, to helping each other out. And I love it too. Students who are a little more advanced that will tell the other one, well, this is this, and helps. It means this. You can't do this unless it's this. And I love that they retain what they learn and they're able to pass it on, because that's the best way to learn something, is to teach it to someone else. When you get to the point where you can start teaching other people whatever you learn, that's when you've kind of become you've taken ownership of that information, of that knowledge, of that wisdom. And so, anyway, that in itself, I don't know what that does with empty. I guess another point about empty is sometimes it's good to empty out, make room for the good. I remember one time. Oh, let me tell this one story, then I'll play on to the other story. Hopefully I'll remember them all in this chronological order. Moving into this new place, it's bigger than my old place. Yet I found that I had more stuff than I had that I had storage, and there's plenty of storage in this new place. And that's when I decided, you know what? I'm going to keep what's important. And the things that I had no idea why I held on to them. I had no idea why I accumulated them. I had no idea where they even came from. If I can't find a space for it, I'm going to either donate it, or if it can't be used, it's going to be disposed of. And I remember one time talking to my and that whole cleaning yourself of things that you don't use, you don't need, there's no purpose for them, it really does help to clear your mind. It really helps to clear your environment and gives you that peace that you need. It's really nice, really, actually. But now my friend James, who actually, Avi Avalos, who was a guest on my show last year, the artist. I remember one time we were talking about just stuff and having stuff, and he was like, man, he goes, I got rid of all my stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. I told him, I'm scared to get rid of all my stuff. At the time I was. And he goes, no, you shouldn't be. Because you know that we serve a God that's so good that once you get rid of all your stuff and let go of all your stuff, he's just gonna give you more stuff. There's room for more stuff, different stuff, new stuff. And so there's times when you need to purge yourself of things that no longer are useful or no longer bring any memories, or just you have no idea why. And that will open up a space so that when the new blessings, things that are needed, things that you can use, things that that will help you advance and become a better version of yourselves come in, you'll have a place for them. That is the importance of empty. That's the importance. I've practiced meditation. Some people give it a bad rep because they're saying you're opening up doors and whatever. And I don't want to speak lightly. I'm not trying to speak lightly about it. But what I have noticed is whenever I intentionally just rest from letting my thoughts overburden me, from letting my usually it's like the overstocked emotions or just the worries and stresses of life that they're just constantly bugging on me. When I've learned to just not let them take ownership of me, just kind of say, you're not in control. You're not the most important right now at this moment. I can actually take a break from you and just rest from that, empty my space. Then I'm allowed to fill myself up with that positive, that encouraging, that life-giving words and thoughts and emotions that I need at the time, or just the affirmations that I need. I need to speak. I need to break ties with the negative and let the good stuff. And once I fill myself up with the positive, fill myself up with the good, fill myself up with life, the word, then good luck to those bad things that weigh me down. They have no more room to come in because I'm full. I've filled the empty space with good, and now there's no more room for the bad. And it has to just kind of stay out there. Unfortunately, other people pick it up. I'm just kidding. It's just, that's just a mindset. It's just an attitude. And that's kind of how I treat my mornings, where I just start a day with gratitude. I start my days with just thanksgiving and speaking, affirming all the good that's in my life, all the people that I love that are in my life, all the blessings. People are blessings that are in my life. And before I get a mile away from home, I'm already whistling. I'm already happy because I am surrounded. My empty space has been filled with so much good, so much life, so much abundance that I can then give freely to those around me. I can be strong for those who need someone to be strong. I can be loving to those who need someone to just be loving. I can be patient. I can be very patient for those who need patience or someone to be patient for them. Anyway, that's all me. That's a little bit of my life about the new place. And that is episode 60 of Hey Rockstar, Empty. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me in the new Hey Rockstar studios. I know this is kind of bland. No, you know what? I like it. I have an idea to put in a couple of acoustic panels or something to make it more artistic. But for now, this is what we got. Thankfully, there's not much bounce because the curtains from the old place, I brought them in and they absorb all the sound, at least a lot of the bounce. Granted, I need to put like a carpet here and have a few other little things. We'll see what happens. But other than that, this mic does a good job of giving me more of acoustic sound. If you are here in Nashville, just say hello. If you're listening from anywhere around the world, just thank you for taking this time to say hi. No comments today. I guess I didn't have a panelist. We weren't all snowed in, so everyone's about doing their duties today. But either way, I know that for those of you who are listening later on the podcast, just know that don't fear the empty. It's a good chance to be creative and change it or paint it or create whatever good you want to create in this new empty space. So let's go ahead and call it a night. Thank you once again for letting us into your homes. Thank you for letting us into your cars. Thank you for letting us into your hearts. All the way from Nashville, Tennessee, I am Josafat Emiliano. This is Miguel. And until next time, much love and many blessings.